an amazing duck of fast-flowing Andean rivers and streams, usually seen as singles or pairs resting on rocks and rushing water, and not associating with other ducks, feeds by diving in churning water and pools and is somehow able to swim up current with no apparent exertion. Sexes look quite different, but both have a bright red bill and striped back. Male has a white head with black lines, while female has a gray head and bright rusty underparts. Body pattern of male varies regionally from black overall to striped with whitish or rusty. Small goose of seasonally flooded grasslands and rainforest rivers, two-toned, with a brown body and cream-colored head, neck, and breast. The wings are dark iridescent green, with a small white patch visible in flight. Found along rivers and flooded grasslands, where it swims and walks along beaches, often in pairs. Rare or absent from some areas it was previously found due to hunting. This chunky white and black goose is often common and conspicuous on Andean bogs and lake shores, usually in pairs or small groups, and can be confiding in areas where not hunted. Note the small pink bill and pink legs. Sexes alike, but the male is larger. Local overlap in Andes of central Chile with upland goose. Male upland geese have a black bill and legs, and dark barring on body. Like the other species in this genus, males give high wheezy whistles whereas females grunt and bray. common and conspicuous in most of its range, becoming uncommon and local in northern areas. Pairs and flocks are common along roadsides in Patagonian steppe grasslands, wetlands, at lakes, and along coasts. The male is strikingly white-necked. Some males have clean white breast and belly. Others have dark-barred body. The female is brownish overall and much less noticeable, with a rusty brown to grayish-brown head and neck, compared to the rare ruddy-headed goose. Both sexes have bold black and white wing patterns that is striking in flight. A distinctive goose found locally along rocky coasts and in intertidal areas, very rarely away from the shoreline, usually in pairs or small groups, readily associating with other geese. Pure white male stands out at long range, but handsomely patterned female can be cryptic. Note her white tail, pale brown cap. First-year males are variably intermediate in plumage between adult males and females. In flight, females show bold black and white wing pattern like other austral geese such as upland goose. A handsome, distinctive goose of wetlands, lakes, and slow-moving rivers, especially in wooded and forested areas, usually in pairs or small groups, often associating with groups of upland geese. Unlike the slightly larger upland goose, sexes of ashy-headed look alike. At a distance, the bright rusty breast is usually more noticeable than the ashy gray head. Like other austral geese, shows bold black and white wing pattern in flight. A rare and endangered goose on the South American mainland, but fairly common in the Falkland Islands. This subtly attractive austral goose is easily passed off as a female of the slightly larger upland goose, relative to female upland, ruddy-headed, in which sexes look alike, has a shorter ruddy neck which can be fairly dull and pale, especially in the Falklands, with narrow white accrescents and a pale forehead. Body is cleaner and paler gray with dark rusty belly and vent. Legs are deeper orange. In flight, fold wing pattern is like female upland. Found in pairs or small groups, readily associating with upland geese. Large black and white duck with obvious pale eye, pale bill, and chunky pale colored legs. Note narrow dark breast band, typically found on and around wetlands, rivers and sewage ponds, including mangroves. This striking goose, in actuality more closely related to shell ducks, is native to Africa, mainly the eastern and southern parts of the continent. It has also been introduced widely across Europe and parts of the US. Distinctive, note the staring pale eye surrounded by a dark patch, pink legs, and overall gray and buffy plumage. In flight, look for bright white forewings, usually found in pairs or family groups, feeds while swimming and by grazing on shore. Extinct, formerly Reunion Island, likely extinct since late 1600s. Extinct, formerly Mauritius, likely extinct since late 1600s. Distinctive, large, rather goose-like duck of coastal wetlands, tidal mudflats, and nearby grassy fields. Striking plumage often looks simply black and white at close range. Head is deep glossy green, broad breastband dark rusty. Male has raised knob at base of red bill. Juvenile duller overall, with whitish face and earring. Less numerous and more local inland at lakes and along rivers. Often seen walking and grazing, at times in flocks. A mostly rusty-colored waterfowl. Male has a gray neck and head. Female similar with a whitish face. Resident and nomadic throughout its range. Preferring estuaries, rivers, and impoundments within arid zones. Gives a honk call. Egyptian goose is similar, but larger, with a brown blotch in the middle of the chest and a different head pattern that includes a tawny eye surrounded by an expanded rusty eye ring. Egyptian goose honk is higher and harsher than this species. Striking and distinctive goose-like duck. Plumage bright ruddy overall with contrasting pale creamy head and neck. Male has narrow black neck ring. Big white fruiting patches striking in flight. Breeds in southeastern Europe and Central Asia. Winters in South Asia. Often found around saline lakes. Also reservoirs and agricultural fields. Escapees from waterfowl collections occasionally seen free-flying outside of native range. Large rusty brown and black duck with extensive white in wings. Female has white round eye and bill, while male has an all-black head, often found around coastal marshland and surrounding pasture, but also in drier areas in small groups around small farm dams. Usual range is southern Australia, both east and west, but occasional records from farther north. Large, colorful duck, endemic to New Zealand. Sexes told apart by head color. Male has a black head with slight green iridescence. Female has a white head and upper neck. Note the large white wing patch on the outer wing of both sexes in flight. Widely distributed throughout New Zealand. Utilizes rivers, wetlands, and lakes, as well as open grassy areas and farmland. Noisy. Males give loud honking alarm calls, while females are higher pitched. Found in pairs or in large flocks, especially post-breeding. Distinguishable from vagrant Australian shelducks by absence of white neck ring, chestnut or buff breast, and black undertail. Extinct, last reported in 1916, formerly Siberia and Korea.